in practice. Everybody getting into the act. Durant fires for three. Got it! Got it! Here's Thompson for three. Big shot by Steph Curry.
All right, unfortunately, we have bad news on Stephen Curry. He made his return off the right ankle injury, and then here JaVale McGee gets up in the ground, gets kind of tangled up with another Warrior, and kind of lands and falls into Stephen Curry, and you see him hobbling right there. Now, it's been a right ankle injury keeping Steph out. He did not re-injure his right ankle. It is an apparent left knee injury or left leg injury right now, and you can see, I mean, look, Czar and Ron, we have seen players miss, and I'm not trying to put anything on this, but that type of play, when a guy gets rolled up on, has caused players to miss significant time. I certainly hope that is not the case for Stephen Curry.
And Golden State was just hoping that you're right, too. And you just hate to see an injury, especially coming back off of an injury. You know, he was trying to get back in the fold, trying to get his rhythm back, and to have your own teammate fall into you, that's just frustrating as heck, I'm sure, for Golden State. But it may be, let's hope for his sake, it's more precautionary than anything.
No doubt about it. Fingers crossed.
Yep.
The great Stephen Curry.
I'm not trying to read into just watching a guy, but when you see him go and put his head down on the bench, I'm just hoping, you know, players know. They know their own injuries. They know how severe injuries are. When you see him keep his head down, and the trainer who went over there didn't even want to talk to him while his head was down. She wanted to give him a second. Yeah, leave him alone for a second. He's getting his head together. I didn't like that part. All I can say is I hope that he's okay.
Well, and you think back, I can't remember if it was last year or the year before, but do you remember when Zaza Pachulia got thrown down by Gortat, rolled into Kevin Durant in a similar type of play? What, Durant missed 20 games or something like that after that, right? I mean, he missed a significant chunk of time.
But what I liked, if there is something to like about that play, Coach, is after the injury, Steph didn't go right to the trainer. Sometimes when it's really bad, you go right to the trainer, or you just hop in the tunnel and say, look, I know it's bad. He went and sat down and tried to regroup a little bit, so I'm trying to be the glass is half full. Hopefully it's not as serious as that Kevin Durant situation.
Alert for sure, and I want to give Steve Kerr a lot of credit because the second to last question you heard was of the tough variety. It was like a tough hop at shortstop. It's going to hit you right in the Adam's apple, and you get the glove up and you make the play. Well done, Steve Kerr. Now, on to Curry. Warriors PR is calling it a left MCL sprain. And for some perspective, back in the 2016 playoffs, Steph had a grade 1 MCL sprain and missed 15 days. And I would think right now the Warriors would take a 15-day absence from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, you have 3 weeks from tonight exactly is when the playoffs begin. And hopefully this series of injuries that have happened to the Warriors players will start to clear up. But there's no way to tell him right now. I mean, you approximate what you hope the time would be that he'd come back. But how do you know? I mean, every player heals at a different pace.
I think with an injury like this, it really scares everyone. So, you know, look, it's not a question of if Golden State are going to make the playoffs. They're in right around with the second place right now. Look, just make sure everyone is as totally healthy as possible. If you have to drop a slot or two, you know, is it the worst thing in the world? Would you rather go limping into the playoffs or be at full throttle? Look for guys like Kevin Durant. Who else is injured?
Klay Thompson.
Look for those guys. If the report was for them to come back tomorrow, and I'm just picking a day, if it's to come back tomorrow, look for them to come back the middle of next week. Look for them to grab a few more days and make sure they're 100%. Because, look, Steph was feeling better. Today was his, you know, coming out after his last 6 games being out with the ankle injury, was feeling good. Injury happens today. You can't afford to limp into the playoffs. Everything you play all season for this time of year, they're in the playoffs right now. Be as healthy as you possibly can.
Well, in terms of the playoffs and seeding, the Warriors are at 2. The Houston Rockets have, I don't think they've officially clinched the number 1 seed, but they soon will. But with the Portland Trail Blazers losing tonight, unpredictably, with all the guys out for Boston, and with Golden State winning, the magic number for Golden State to clinch the 2 seed is now down to 1 game. So to the reporter's point in the session there with Steve Kerr, they are in an advantageous position in terms of that. They are virtually locked in at number 2. So it does become just all about precaution for this team.
Yeah, I think you're referring to the question about resting guys. Would guys be sitting out games down the stretch? You lock up what you think you need to accomplish. They're not going to catch Houston. They understand that. They're not going to fall back past the Blazers. So once they get that number 2 seed locked up, if they need to give a guy a night off, you do it now. Now's the time to do it because you've worked hard all year to attain the number 2 spot. Get these guys healthy. As you said before, you don't have a chance to win if your guys aren't healthy. If they're healthy, it gives you a chance. No guarantee, but a chance.
And I think today's injury puts everyone on notice even more than they were before. Look, Steph came back today, get him going, then start to get the other guys that are injured, get them back. But I think with him going down today, I think it puts everyone on notice again, like, look, we need to pump our brakes. We're in the playoffs. We got that second slot. Let's be as healthy as we possibly can. Because, again, you play all season for now. You're playing. I mean, Golden State isn't one of those teams that played the season to try and make the playoffs, which some teams do. Their goal is to make the playoffs and then see what happens. Golden State is trying to win it all.